Oh boy, I got my coffee back. Feeling pretty excited. Now, let's look at the radio control or the remote control. Here is your 2-channel radio control or the remote control for Volcano SV truck. Understanding the remote control or the radio control is very simple. This is your steering wheel. It's a pistol remote or a gun type remote control because you have a trigger here. This is your accelerator. Down accelerates the engine. Speed up, brake. Speed up, brake. It's very sensitive and your servo will detect each and every tiny movement on it. These here are 2 trims. Above is your steering trim. Below it you have a crystal. Crystals are the frequency designators. This is your throttle trim. You can adjust your idle speed from here sometimes. This here is your on-off switch. This is the battery compartment. You will need 8 AA-size batteries. This is your advanced control area of your radio or remote control. Let's look inside the battery compartment. Inside the battery compartment, you have the battery holder, and this is your receiver. It's a 2-channel receiver, channel 1 and channel 2. Check these cables. These cables should be properly inserted. Loose cables can cause control problems. If you lose control, that could be due to loose throttle or steering cables. This is your AM crystal. Crystals are used to set or lock onto the unique frequencies coming from the radios. If somehow you want to switch from one frequency to another frequency, you can simply change the receiver crystal and your radio crystal to a different frequency. It's very easy, just gently pull it out. At the moment, the Volcano SV truck is running on 27.195 MHz. There's the same frequency crystal in the remote control. Slide open the battery compartment and put 8 AA-size batteries in. Install the batteries in the receiver battery compartment. But it's always a good idea to wrap a tape or a rubber band around so the batteries won't come off due to the engine vibration. Sometimes due to the excessive engine vibrations, the batteries might get loose and then cause the problems for you to properly control the vehicles. Sometimes you have vehicles going out of control, could be caused by these loose battery problems. So wrap a rubber band around it. Now the batteries are installed. Let's check. Always turn the radio on first. Turning the radio on, actually you can see here the battery indicator shows the batteries are at their full. Turn on the receiver in the car and check. Let us install the antenna cable. Take the provided antenna tube out from the bag. Take the top part off. Open and extend the antenna cable and simply slide it into the tube. Pull it gently from the top part, do not use force, and fix the antenna tube in the space over the battery compartment. It should fix nice and easy. Now you can simply install the top part on the top of the antenna. After sliding the antenna into the tube, you can simply install the top part. You can simply fix the top rubber part on top of the tube so that antenna will not slip. Take the air filter out. Inside you have two pieces of foam. You need to apply air filter oil on both of these pieces. One simple way is to apply some oil on a clean surface like this on a table and then simply dip the foams into it. Let us do it. Someone asked what should be the amount of air filter oil in the air filter. When you squeeze the air filter foam, you should be able to see the oil in there. It shouldn't be too much that it should start dripping. Sliding a finger over foam should leave the oil on it. Now that you have applied the air filter oil on air filter, put the foam back. Applying air filter oil is recommended, as when you run your truck, the dust might get in with the air going in the carburetor. In that case, the dust particles will damage the engine. If you have air filter oil applied, the dust will simply stay in the foam. After each run, you should take the air filter foam out and clean them. You may wash them, dry them, and apply the air filter oil again. Let's put the air filter back. Once you have set the gear mesh, it's time to put Loctite on all those screws which are actually attached to the metal base of this car. Due to excessive vibrations generated by the engine, some of the screws might go loose. Especially on these 4 screws, you must apply the Loctite. If these screws come loose due to engine vibration, the engine will lose its actual position and might slide left or right, thus totally disturbing the properly set gear mesh. In that case, the engine will destroy the spur gear teeth, and might be possible the differential gear will be ruined. Also, you should apply the Loctite on these 4 screws, as these screws hold the main differential gearbox. After you have properly set the gear mesh, you can apply the Loctite on these 4 screws. Don't take all of them out just once, because this way you will disturb the properly set gear mesh. Take screws out one by one only. Once you have a screw, apply the Loctite on it. This way you will properly secure the engine, and you shouldn't be worrying when running the car. Engine vibration, the engine will not lose its position. Now that the vehicle is properly set up, I think it's time to take the vehicle out and start the engine.